zero RB or zero wide receiver? Which one is best? Or maybe neither. You guys know, well, maybe you know that I don't like to do any predetermined draft strategy. I don't like zero, nothing. But I will go in this unbiased. We're doing 3 mock drafts for each strategy. And then we'll see which one's better. Let's go. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching The Couch. We're gonna do a mock draft right now with the Instagram Experts League. I believe we have 10 out of 12 experts in this mock draft. It's like an official mock draft. We're doing it on Yahoo, 12-man, PPR, 3 wide receivers, no flex. Let's go. Is it my turn yet? Yes, I don't do Yahoo that much. Gonna be doing more Yahoo on this channel. Here we go. Let's start it off. Since it's standard, I'm gonna go with Ezekiel Elliott. Looks like we're starting off with 0 wide receiver strategy, guys. Let's go. If I do 0 running back, I'm not picking a running back at least the first 3 rounds. If I'm doing 0 wide receiver, I'm not picking a wide receiver for at least the first 3 rounds. And I will try not to pick one for the 4th nor 5th round. When it's round 6, game on. That's time to start picking running backs or wide receivers, depending on which strategy I'm doing. Okay, let's pay attention to the draft now. Let's see who's going. Okay, DJ, Bell, Zeke, that's me. Okay, so this is a little different. We're doing no flex here. Yahoo, 12-man, PPR, right? 100% sure it's PPR. Let me know so I don't look stupid on the film, please. Jordy Nelson. Ooh, where's the Q? I think Yahoo is actually the most popular, followed by ESPN, then NFL.com. How's it look if I zoomed in? Oh, that's better. I'm not drafting I'm not drafting a wide receiver. Guys, gotta get used to it. Woo! It's my turn. I love that there's 30 seconds. Now it's PPR. They take the inefficient Lamar Miller. Not taking Joe Mixon, I'll tell you that. Guess it's PPR. Guess we'll draft him. Not what I wanted to do. He made me do it. So it was really between him and Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, much less risky. But I really like Christian McCaffrey. In PPR, I'd go. If it wasn't PPR, I definitely would have to go Lamar Miller. Well, it looks like I'm guaranteed a quarterback. Wow, Lamar Miller's still on the board. Hey, that's not bad. Let's see who this guy picks. That's crazy. I think did he just auto-draft Lamar Miller? I think he auto-drafted him. Well, since I can't pick my DeAndre Hopkins, I either have to go with Joe Mixon or one of my tier 1 quarterbacks. What the heck? Let's get rid of Bray. I don't need a quarterback pretty much forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bench spots. We're used to 7. 6 bench spots though, okay. So I'm technically allowed to draft a wide receiver, but I'll try to favor a non-wide receiver now. Where's my guy Kelsey? Where's Kelsey? Travisarian Kelsey. Where you at? You hurt, dog? Okay, he's got a little surgery. He should be ready for training camp, or or maybe eased in when training camp starts, but ready well before the season starts. Well before week 1. That's what I like to hear. What sucks with this, we're doing 0 wide receiver, but gosh, you need 3 wide receivers to start every week, so it's a little, wide receivers a little more valuable here. Not going to be as many wide receivers on waivers than in the leagues I'm used to, where there's 2 wide receivers and a flex. So I like Devontae Adams, I like Tyreek Hill, I like Crabtree. Cameron Meredith's ranked pretty high on Yahoo for sure. Wow. Gosh, that guy's ranked super high. Martavis Bryant's ADP keeps going up at a disgustingly alarming rate. Now Kelsey went. There's no warning here. Taking my Kelsey. No warning. Well, looks like I might need a wide receiver. Let's see. I'll just go with Adams. Don't overthink it. Solid pick. I got that risky stack with Rodgers and Adams. Cheesehead to cheesehead. Well, that made my decision easy. Not a horrible team. Team is okay. I don't have an elite tight end. I don't have an elite tier 1 or tier 2 wide receiver. Other than that, I don't like it. I like having an elite wide receiver. That's what I do. I get one elite guy, whether it be tier 1, tier 2. I get an elite wide receiver, or, you know, depending on how you look at it, tier 3 wide receiver. Get a great wide receiver 1, a top 10, top 12 wide receiver. Then I may lay off the wide receivers. Lots of depth at the wide receiver position, but I really want to have that one solid elite guy. Now, I definitely don't have them. I got a bunch of wide receiver 2s on my team. I'm probably not going to do live filming of every mock, since we're going to do 9 of them, but we're going to do a comparison at the end. We'll do 3 of each, put them together all on one screen and compare it all, grade them out, the whole shebang. We'll see what strategy is better. We'll see the weakness, the pros and cons. Right now everyone's talking about 0 RB for some reason. Like as far as messages and tweets and whatever emails I'm getting, okay, a certain percentage mention 0 RB. Should we do 0 RB this year? I mean, just videos in general too. Just the talk on the internet is a lot about 0 RB this year. Should we do it? The mentions, I've got about 0 wide receiver have been 1 or 2 times, and I've gotten dozens about 0 RB. And keep in mind, it's still early mid-July right now. So a lot of people are talking 0 RB, so we'll see if 0 wide receiver, which I'm doing right now, is a little bit of a sleeper strategy. We'll see. So far, no. So far, it's not been sleeper strategy. When's my pick? Okay, it's kind of coming up here. Let's see who we got. Cameron Meredith, Brandon Marshall, Jamison Crowder. Is Lynch available? Yes, he is still available. Not that Lynch. Tevin Coleman. Oh, good. Auto pick, but because I had him in my queue, thankfully it picked one of my guys. I wanted to maybe pick Brandon Marshall, a guy I don't usually pick. It's all good. I wanted to go wide receiver. That's why, and folks, that's why you put players in the queue, in case you have a brain fart like you just witnessed, or your computer takes a poop. That way it doesn't draft off auto draft and you don't get 3 kickers. Stacked at the kicker, but you get stacked Got kicker depth. Got defense depth, in case your defense gets injured. Offense. Do we really need this, guys? Do we really need a tab called offense? Like, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, God. Okay, I've started preparing, I started doing research, but I haven't fully kicked it into gear. It's still early. Instagram Experts League, the official IG Experts League draft, is July 30th. I'm going to kick it into gear, an extra gear, about a week or two before that. I'm going to do a lot of research, a lot of mocks, and you know my jerk strategy. I do real leagues, I do free leagues, I do whatever I can to prepare for this draft. This draft is no joke. It's going to be really competitive. Bragging rights are at an all-time high. It's so important to us, and you don't want to look silly, especially on video. What do we got? We're at like 200,000 total Instagram followers with 12 accounts combined. I don't even know. It's a lot of followers. I don't even know how much it is this year. After this, you know what? I don't want to mock draft with them anymore. Forget about this. It's just a way so they know their strategies. Like, I'm not mock drafting with you guys anymore. "30 seconds of pick and it's still boring." I just got caught up in the chat. What the heck's going on? What's been going on? Bunch of defenses getting picked. There's some good running backs here. Samaje Perine just got picked. Jonathan Stewart, the lead back on an amazing Panthers team, is still available. Oh, crap. First kicker off the board. Great. Just great. Ruining my video.
What we do here is go back.
Done. And that concludes the last official Instagram Experts mock draft. I didn't do so well, but this is what I did do for this video. I did 3 drafts on each platform: Yahoo, ESPN, and also the FantasyPros Draft Simulator. For each one, I did both 0 wide receiver and 0 running back, and I also drafted how I usually do for fantasy value: draft the most valuable player, best available, and also draft the scarcest player available at that position. That's what I usually do, and it's been pretty successful, my fantasy career. So without any non-bias, I did this. I tried to use similar strategies, drafting similar players. Like, it's not like I drafted Gronk in one time and then I totally tried not to even look at Gronk's way the next time. I drafted as non-biased as I can, using the same strategy as much as I could. As you can see, I ended up with a lot of the same players, and I graded myself for each platform. So let's say if I were to do really good in Yahoo and suck at ESPN, I'm gonna weigh that. So let's see what happens. This is the draft results from the Instagram Experts League. So I gave myself a C-. I didn't do too well. I messed around a little bit. You know, don't want to give them the full strategy. I'm not mock drafting with these guys again. So I did okay, not really great, not even okay. Okay is like a C. I did a little bit less than okay. I found myself going for Rodgers a lot while doing this, and I don't usually do that. I like to draft Brady and Rodgers in round 4. I never let him go past round 4, but I usually don't draft them in round 3. And of course, round 2 is way too early to draft any of those guys. I'm hearing in leagues in Wisconsin and in the Boston area, those guys do actually go in round 2. So I gave myself a C-. And on Yahoo, I scored a C+, so I did okay in Yahoo, but not too great. Yahoo was pretty tough. I actually did really good with the 0 RB strategy. I was very uncomfortable doing it, but on Yahoo, I did end up with a good team. I like that. Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Aaron Rodgers, Ty Montgomery, not a great RB1, but if you look at the overall whole of the team, it's pretty good. Because I'm going to find an RB1 here somehow, whether it's Doug Martin, who I got in round 8, or Paul Perkins, or somebody, Samaje Perine. There's going to be somebody that's going to pop up. Not sold on my RBs. I guess you could give this a B, not a B+, but I like it because if you look, I got a top 5 tight end. I got the best quarterback, at least the top 2. Aaron Rodgers, at least top 2 quarterback. And I do like DeAndre Hopkins this year. Not so much as a round 2. I usually try to take DeAndre Hopkins in round 3. But hey, we're doing 0 RB here. For how I usually draft, like I said, Yahoo was pretty hard and I got a C- on that one. So with ESPN, here are my grades. I did pretty good with 0 wide receiver and felt pretty comfortable doing this overall. There was some, like round 2, round 3, I really wanted to pick a wide receiver if I didn't get one the first round, but I felt pretty comfortable. I felt very uncomfortable doing 0 RB, so I got a C there. As you can see, the A-, I'm assuming you'd agree that it's a pretty good team. It's pretty decent teams. The C, yeah, that team, this was horrible. And Dez Bryant to top it off. This was just, it was a bad team. And when I drafted, like per usual, how I usually do, I got a D+. And no excuses, but just so you know, everybody was talking in the chat. It was really competitive. I don't know how or why this happened, but it was the most competitive mock draft I ever did this year. And it just was a random mock draft on ESPN late night. I don't know what happened. I did not end up with a good team. It's a pretty embarrassing team, if I may say so. Pretty bad. You got Dez Bryant, Leonard Fournette. Just not too confident in these guys. I don't know. Maybe a D+ is a little too harsh. I guess I may have been a little bit harsh on myself here. Yeah, probably was. That's just how I am. I just didn't feel good. I wasn't, put it like this, I'm not comfortable with my wide receiver 1. And Fournette, I don't know if he has that upside you're looking for. He has the all risk, no upside. Nah, it's not that bad. Maybe I could have gave myself a C- there. With FantasyPros, I absolutely crushed it on all 3 of these ones. I crushed it in 0 wide receiver. The value and scarcity, how I usually draft, that was my best mock draft of the day out of all 9 mock drafts. For 0 RB, I actually did pretty good. It was very uncomfortable though. Passing up on a guy like DeAndre Hopkins in the 3rd round, it was just so hard to do. Sorry, that's for the 0 wide receiver. 0 RB, I did okay on the simulator. I like the Jordy Nelson, Michael Thomas. I like that tandem. I like Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson. You got that risky stack. It's pretty good though. Can't argue against it. B+ is a good, I think that's a fair grade. with how I usually draft, I absolutely crushed it. Finally didn't reach for a quarterback. Didn't draft a I didn't draft the quarterback early. Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, great value quarterbacks. David Johnson, Marshawn Lynch. If anything happens to Marshawn Lynch, I'm sure I have depth here. Yeah, I got Tevin Coleman, Paul Perkins, James White, who I think's good in PPR leagues. Yeah, I did pretty good here. I really like it. So, before we get into the final conclusion, these were the grades I got on each platform. So on Yahoo and ESPN, I actually did about just above average on both of those. For FantasyPros, I crushed it. I got a grade A. I did good on all 3 of those drafts. Maybe because I'm used to it. I don't know. Maybe because I kind of know how the simulator thinks a little bit. Or I'm just more comfortable. I was getting 9 drafts is a lot, so I think one reason why I scored higher on FantasyPros, because this actually is pretty tough, especially if you've never really done it before. One reason I think I did good is because it's more calm. There's no clock. I don't know if you can set a clock. I don't set a clock. There's no clock going. I can pick. I can revert. There's like less pressure. So sometimes it doesn't do as well simulating the pressure as a live draft. But it is actually very competitive. If you've never tried it, I highly suggest you do. And what was awesome is I was able to do it in 5 minutes. So, final conclusion. This is what happened, and it's very surprising. I would say this is fairly even. I'm not liking 0 RB, but it changed the way I think, because I am real. Now, I used to say I'm not scared to do 0 RB. I'm not scared to do 0 wide receiver if need be. Now I'm truly more open-minded because of these results. I'm going to probably stay away from 0 RB. It was so uncomfortable doing that. Like, it really didn't feel, it was cringy just drafting. The 0 wide receiver, there was only a few moments where I was like, ah, man, this kind of sucks. It actually really worked out. There's a lot of good running backs, and I feel like if you don't get them, if you blink, they're all gone. Wide receiver and quarterback is the deepest we've ever seen it. But if you blink, all those running backs are gone. I can't go picking 2 wide receivers or 3 wide receivers back to back. It just doesn't make sense not picking a running back in the first 2 rounds. Of course, 9 mock drafts isn't a big enough sample size, but it was enough for me to really have noticed that these strategies do work a little bit, except 0 RB. It's too much. It's too much for me. Oh, God. Can't do 0 RB. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the video by hitting the couch icon. I also just opened up a Patreon page if you want to go there and show some support. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know how this video turned out. I'll see you guys on the next video.